So one time, see what I did there? My sister and me were outside playing, and we have never been the type to sort of make friends. I want to say that, but that sounds weird. We were pretty much the only friends we had. So we were outside, some kids tried to interact with us, neighbor kids. They said, "Hi, what's your name?" And Ariel and me literally look at each other, and we just have this kind of mutual understanding of what we're about to do. And she says, "Hi, I'm Michelle." And I say, "Hi, I'm David." And we were just totally cool. We lied, we played it off, and I want to say that forever after that, we with those people went by that name, but I like how we just had that moment where we sort of understood what we were doing.
Alright, so you have like 5-year-old CJ and 7-year-old me, and we've just moved in to this new house. We are very family oriented. We like to keep in our little bubble, but you know, we're out in the backyard, we're playing, we're having a good time, and all of a sudden, these kids come up to our fence on our yard, and they wave us over. They're like, "Hey neighbor kids," and me and CJ, we lock eyes. We walk over slowly, no rush, acting cool. We walk over and we say, "Hi," very shy. And they say, "Hi," and they probably said their names. I don't remember what they were, but they look at us and say, "What are your names?" Out of nowhere, I say, "I'm Michelle. I'm Michelle. And this is my brother." And Tia just says, "David." Then, out of pure terror, we just turn around and book it back to our house. We go inside and we go to our mom and we're like, "Mom, there were some neighbor kids over there. They're interrogating us. It was horrible. We gave them fake names to hide our identity." And I remember at the time thinking how clever I was being. Like, "Good, Ariel, you've done a good job. You've hidden your identity well." But like, they were our next door neighbors. And here's the key to the entire story. I don't think we ever talked to those kids again. So I remember going to the Great Wolf Lodge, which is this giant amusement park water ride hotel experience thing.
It's got like the biggest water park you could want. The rooms have themes and stuff, and they've got an arcade.
Me and my brother didn't know this place existed.
We didn't know about it.
The key memory of this entire experience was one night, me and my brother just go off on our own and we go to the arcade.
Ariel and me knew that we were gonna hit up this arcade. So my dad's like, "Okay, you know what, we are gonna go to the restaurant. Why don't you and Ariel just go to the arcade?" We're like, "Cool." So he gives us some money, we go to the arcade, and we're like, "Okay, how would we go about doing this in the most strategic way that we would win the most tickets and get one of those prizes out there?" We're walking around, and all of a sudden I just remember sort of Ariel stopping at a game that looked kind of bizarre. I didn't really understand it.
And I remember the game so distinctly. It was like a pinball machine in that it was really long, but at the end there was 3 little trucks, and the little trucks had a bunch of coins in them, and basically you had a little gun at this end where you would put a coin in and the gun would shoot that coin, and you just had to get it in one of the trucks. I don't remember if it was CJ who was holding the gun or if it was I who was holding the gun. It doesn't matter. We were a team, we were united.
So I walked over and I'm like, "Are you gonna do it?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure, why not? I think you just throw the coin in the truck and who knows what happens, right?"
Somebody put the coin in the gun, shot it off.
So literally on the first coin that she puts into this game,
and it landed in the middle truck.
Flies into the little truck, and tickets start coming out.
The machine just starts pouring out tickets. Buckets and buckets of tickets.
I would say that about 5 minutes passed, because that's what my childish imagination told me. And tickets were still coming out of this machine. So at this point, I've kind of set up the security part of this, because Ariel's just sort of like making sure to get all the tickets in the correct order, and I'm just sort of on lookout so that other kids don't attack us.
I remember holding it and having to walk back like 10 meters worth of tickets, and CJ was pulling the tickets back while I was like guarding the tickets to make sure that nobody got them.
Once it stopped, we had like, man, I'm talking like 1,000 tickets, something like that. It was clearly obviously not like that, but again, that's what my head is telling me. So then I just remember running to the hotel room, laying them out so that when our parents came back, they would see how great their children are.
And then we went and traded them for a giant stuffed animal sloth of Sid from Ice Age.